Hello,
Yes, sir.
am I audible enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start. Actually, this is a demo lecture. So initially, I am going to tell you what we are going to cover in today's lecture. In today's demo session, we are going to create an Android application which will check if the email ID and password is correct or not. I am simply drawing the layout of the application. Okay, so here is the layout of our application. We are going to take input from user as email ID, here email ID, and here is the password. Afterwards, we are going to check if the email ID and password is correct or not. Okay, so let's get started. For creating an Android application, you will need an application development ID. For right now, I am using Android Studio. I am going to create a new project. I want it completely empty. I am going to name it as this is my demo application. Okay, this is the package name of my application, which should be unique throughout the world. I will tell you why it should be unique throughout the world. Okay, and I am going to use here backend language as a Java. Finish. Let's wait for some time. Okay, now we are ready. One sec. Okay, so now the screen is visible or not? Yes, okay.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So in case of any Android application, you are going to need three main files. I will show it to you. First one is .java file, which is here main activity.java. In case of designing file, it is activity_main.xml, and the last file is Android manifest.xml. Basically, activity_main.xml file is going to use for your UI design. Main activity.java is going to use for your backend work, and Android manifest.xml is going to use for configuration of your application. So we already designed the layout of our application. So in this case, we are going to need two input box, one button, that's it. In case of Android Studio, input box is defined as a edit text. I am going to draw the layout here. Okay. One sec. Okay, so in this case plain text, but I am going to need input as an email ID, so I am going to take here email as an input. It's simply designing the UI. This input box I am going to use for inputting the email ID from user. I will need same for password. I just copied it, and I will need a button to perform certain action. Here I took a button. Okay, so this is the design part. Here I am going to take input as an email from user, password. This is the button for performing certain actions. In case of designing, actually this is completely UI based designing. You can modify it using XML code. For now, just consider this much part. This is for this one edit text. For this edit text, we are going to need this much of code. In case of edit text, I am going to define a certain ID. For each UI component, you have to define a unique ID. Email ID input box, I have defined here ID as a edit email ID. And here the input type is text email address, because I am going to take input as an email address from user. In this case, this second input box is for password. Code for the password input box is here. But I have copied above input box, so its input type by default is text email address. I am going to change it as a password. So I am going to take number password from user. The ID for this edit text should be pass edit. You can define it whatever you want. In case of button, I am going to type here submit. ID for the button is btn submit. That's it. We have completed the design of a normal Android application in which we are going to take email ID and password as an input from users. After clicking on submit button, it will check that email ID and password is correct or not. If it is correct, it will show login successful, otherwise it will show login failed. We are just done with the UI part. Now we are moving forward to backend code. For each UI component, you are going to need a class. So my first UI component was edit text. I am going to define here class as a edit text. Here I have two edit text. One is for email address, second one is for password. So I am going to define two objects for edit text, E1, E2. Okay. And in case of last one, here is a button on which the text is as submit and which ID is button submit. For button same, I am going to define a class object for button given. Till now we have designed the UI, define the class objects. Next task, we have to link these class objects with these UI components. E1 is equal to, just look out for the ID. For the first component, the ID is edit email ID. Just copy it. Let it be copied. For linking that UI component to this E1 object, I am going to use a method find view by ID. I am going to link ID, that's why I am going to use class R. R class is for resources. I am going to use ID, and whatever your ID is, you can paste it here. So, till now, this component has been linked with this even called object, even object. In case of E2, same, find view by ID, R dot ID dot. Our ID works, edit class ID. You can check it here. It's edit class ID. We have linked one edit text with this edit text and second edit text object with this edit text. In case of button, we need to link button with its UI component. For button, same code is there. Find view by ID R dot ID dot. Let's check for the ID of button. It's button submit. ID dot button submit. Firstly, we have designed this UI. Modified its code a little bit, and second task, we have declared class object and linked it with its respective UI component. So our next step is we have to apply listener for button. Okay, B1 for button, we click button, we type in edit text. In case of button, we press a button or we click a button. Same, there is a simple listener for button which I am going to use here. B1 dot, I am going to set a listener on button. So set which listener I am going to use here is on click listener. B1 dot set on click listener. After clicking on button, whatever action you are going to perform should be mentioned here only. Till now, we have defined the class objects for each UI component, we have linked it, and we have applied on click listener on object B1 which is of type class button. For now, I am just going to print a simple message, post message. For now, I am going to just print 1, 3. That's it. User will enter their email ID here, password here, but after clicking on submit button, it will simply show 1, 2, 3. Till now, we have not written the code for checking username and password. We just written the code for printing 1, 2, 3. Now I am going to run the application. For this application, I have connected my real-time device. Okay, so here is the device. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so application is ready. I am going to type here ABC gmail.com. Otherwise I will use here ab123 something password, whatever you want, 1 2 3 4. After clicking on submit button, what should be printed there? It should be what we have printed,
1 2
1 2 3 1 2. Okay, in this case submit, what is printed? 1 2 3. It's there, 1 2 3.
Yes.
Right. So now we are going to check for the logic. Okay, whatever value user going to insert here, we are going to take that value in a string object. Are you able to see it or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. In this case, we are going to define two string objects. First string object is for the value which user going to insert in case of email ID, and the second object is for password. S1, second one string S2. In this case, our object for edit text 1 is E1, so we are going to use it here, E1. So whatever text user is going to type in E1 field, we are going to get that text. So it's dot get text. So text might be anything. We are going to convert it into string dot to string. After that, we are going to use a method simply trim. Trim method is simply for if user insert abc@gmail.com space. For trimming the space after your string, we use trim method. In case of S2, same. E1, in case of E1, we are going to use into dot get text dot to string dot trim. So email ID will be in S1, password will be in S2. So simple logic for checking username and password is if S1 dot compare to, so I am expecting email ID as a abde@gmail.com. It's string. Okay. If it's abde@gmail.com and I want the password as 1256. If the email ID is abde@gmail.com and password is 1256, I am going to print login successful. Okay. If username and password is not according to our expectation, in that case we are simply going to print login failed. Yes. Going to copy it. Login failed. That's it. So it's default one. Now let's run the application. So firstly, I am going to insert what was your email ID, abde and 1256. Okay, abde@gmail.com. In case of password 1256. Submit. It's printing login successful. I am just going to change the password 12567. Submit. Login failed. In case of email ID, I am going to use abcd@gmail.com. In case of password, I am going to use the correct password 1256. Submit. Login failed. If I use abde password as 1256, it should print login successfully. Just print it. That's it. Okay. So lastly, we will just overview our. Okay, that's it. So firstly, we have defined an edit text for email ID. Second edit text was for password, and last button was for performing certain action on the inputs taken from above those two edit text. Email ID for this edit text, edit pass ID for this edit text, and button submit ID for this button. In case of main activity, we have simply defined objects for edit text class and button class. Link those objects with respective ID. It was edit email ID, which is here. Edit email ID. Same for second edit text and button. Same, we have used object b1.setOnClickListener. We have taken email ID in S1, password in S2. We just compared email ID and password and simply printed the messages. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Sir, could you please explain that string S1 line code?
Okay. In case of string S1 line code, I have simply defined string called S1, in which I am going to take text from E1. So E1 is my edit text object, this one, which is linked with edit email ID, is this one. Whatever text user is going to insert here is going to store in E1. Here I have taken the text from E1, converted it into string, and using trim method I have removed the unwanted spaces from the email ID and I have stored it into S1. Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
So what
I
is the
have a
use
doubt.
of trim?
Sir, here we are dealing with only one user. What if there is a database of 100 users? So then how we will check, sir?
In that case, we will create online database. We will check in online database. In this application, we have simply created a static login form. Nothing is stored in database because in this code, we are simply going to check abde@gmail and 1256, which is static checking. We haven't stored anything in database till now.
But sir, here in this code, if suppose any user forgets to mention @ in email ID,
Okay.
so can you just explain that part? Or even in some cases, the password is to be expected that it should have lower score, underscore, upper score, @ and all. So could you just show or just explain that type of code?
In that case, we simply need to check each value. In case of password, okay, S2. It will simply check. There are multiple methods for checking this. Here I am simply checking if S2 means password contains underscore. If password contains underscore, then I can do anything like okay. I can simply print or perform any action. Here I can simply print get application. We will simply check for S2 string in password. If there is an underscore, it will simply print underscore contains. Here is password. Contains underscore. Whatever I told you are just basics. I haven't went into the deep. If you want to see here, this is Android ID. It's unique for each object. This is layout width. Whatever width of your edit text is mentioned here. If it's 3 in this case I will make it 30 just. You get the edit text second one. Smaller. We just make it 3. Now it's bigger. So thank you for attending the demo session.